Hello everyone. So in this session we are starting with the new unit. The unit name is Structural Organization in Plants and Animals. So this unit consists of 3 chapters. The first chapter is Morphology in Flowering Plants. The second one is Anatomy of Flowering Plants, and third one is Structural Organization in Animals. So we are going with the first chapter of this unit. The name of the chapter is Morphology of Flowering Plants. So this morphology, due to this pandemic, in this chapter they have deleted some of the concepts like description of morphological description of root, morphological description of stem, leaf, and what is that, fruit and seed. So if you take out the book and if you see that they have deleted though all these technical description or descriptive morphological descriptions of all I said now. So I'm going to describe the next chapter, sorry, the next concept, leaving the deleted concepts. Directly I'm going to the inflorescence. So this inflorescence, so before going to start the inflorescence, I would like to tell you a short description of a plant, drawing the diagram of a dicot plant. I'll explain you what are the parts it includes. Maybe you know that, you know very well the contents or the parts, whatever the plant consists of. It consists of leaf, flower, bud, fruit, roots, everything it included. But let me tell you one more time by drawing the diagram of a dicot plant. So I am taking the example of a mustard plant, showing you all the features it included. So no need to draw these diagram. So just for reference, for your reference, I'm drawing you. If I start directly, if I go to the inflorescence concept directly, maybe some of you don't get what I'm teaching you. That's why I would like to introduce you. I would like to tell a brief account on this concept. This is how the plant consists of different parts. So we will keep on learning the branches and the parts, whatever it include. So I'll label these parts now. Just observe this. So we have a structure known as we have a complete plant structure on the board. So this structure is known as a root system. A complete structure which is about a ground is known as shoot system. Okay, so consider this is the soil surface. On the soil surface, it has a shoot system, a shoot or a stem, branches and all. Below the ground surface, it always have the root. Now you can imagine what is the function of the root. What is the function of root? It holds the plant, it encourages the plant, and it absorbs the essential nutrient elements, water, and it also, some of the roots, some of the modified root helps to absorb the very useful elements. Those elements that I will tell you in the chapter number 11 and 12, because that is also an important thing you have to learn about it. And you just observe this. It consists of a primary root, and to that it has number of branches coming out through that primary root. So that type of system is known as tap root system. Tap root system, always these type of systems seen in dicotyledonous plant. And when you see this stem, so this is the stem, it has nodal region. So at this point you can imagine the nodal region. So this is one nodal region, nodal region, nodal region. Why I am pointing out particular that area as node? Because through the node, the leaf, the accessory buds, the leaf or the flower arises. That's why it is known as internode. The place between one node and one more node. So here this is known as one nodal region, one more nodal region. The place or the area which comes between two nodal region is known as internode. So here it is one node, one more node. Okay. So this is one more node. The area which is present in between two nodes is known as internode. Now here you can see the flower, and the flower is in bud condition, and this is the fruit of the plant, and these are the leaf. Okay, so with this we move on to the next our concept. The concept name is inflorescence. So what do you mean by inflorescence? If I tell you in literally in a brief form, so inflorescence are nothing but branch of flowers. You might have seen a bundle of flowers, a branch of flowers in a plant. So those structure are known as inflorescence. So the inflorescence, from which part the inflorescence produces, so that will be the modified stem. So this is the stem actually, right? So if this at this tip, at this region, if the flower is going to form, this shoot is known as, or this apical region is considered as floral apical meristem. That floral apical meristem, or that floral apical region, is giving rise to an inflorescence. Inflorescence is a bundle of flowers. So what is the function of flower? Why the flowers are usually used to produce in the plant? They are the very attractive one organ which used to attract the insect, and also all the essential organs are present. Essential organs means the reproductive organs. The andrecium and gynecium are present. That's why it is known as essential organ. So inflorescence means what actually it is a bundle of flower producing from the floral apical meristem, and that floral apical meristem is known as a modified shoot system, or modified shoot apical meristem. So now we have in the inflorescence, based on the arrangement of flowers, in all the plants, the flowers will not produce in a similar form. The flowers will be in a different manner. In a variety of flowers are available in nature. So we have two type of inflorescence in the NCERT book. So those two types are racemose and cymose. So the racemose and cymose. So I know this is a very new word for you, racemose and cymose. I'll draw the diagram of racemose and cymose. By seeing the diagram itself, you can come to know what is racemose and cymose type of inflorescence. The racemose type is consider this is a floral apical meristem, and it got a number of flowers on it. So this is the racemose inflorescence. Just now I told you, no? Bundle of flowers is known as inflorescence. So this is the stem, right? Floral stem having flowers, right? So see the tip of the stem. It consists nothing, right? So just check this diagram also. Now you just look at this diagram also. This is the racemose and cymose. The racemose and the cymose type of inflorescence are present on the board. Okay, now you just check out the difference between these two. So it is simple as it looks on the board. So just observe this shoot or floral shoot or floral stem, and look at this floral stem. Now this shoot apex have a flower at its tip, and it got nothing on the tip of the shoot apex. Apex means at the tip of the floral shoot. Now, due to the absence of this flower, the floral axis, this is the floral axis, it usually grows continuously. It doesn't have like, it don't stop itself till these are the older flowers, and these are the young flowers. How long the inflorescence axis, how long the floral axis grows, the flowers usually grow with that itself. So consider, if the plant floral axis have like 10 centimeter or 15 centimeter, it usually grows till it reaches to 15 centimeter. It is not like it used to grow as tall as possible. It is not like that. Okay, so and that is known as racemose type of inflorescence. The floral arrangement, flower arrangement are acropetal. Acropetal succession. The flowers usually grow in the manner of acropetal succession. Acropetal means, as I told you, the flowers usually grow one by one. Here one, here, like that. It usually grow in the manner of acropetal succession. Now coming to this cymose type of inflorescence, example for cymose type of inflorescence is jasmine. And example for racemose type of inflorescence is crotalaria. So when the practicals starts now, I'll show you the inflorescence of both. Now, you might have seen the jasmine inflorescence, how it is, how it will be. The stem or the floral axis always ends with one flower, and it usually stop growing. It won't grow as much as long, but at lateral sides, both the lateral sides, it bears a branches. Here one branch will arise, one more branch will arise. Those two branches again it end with one flower. This branch, lateral branch, again it bear two more flowers side by side. So the succession, in which arrangement the flower produces in the manner of basipetal succession. In the base region, the flowers grow. Here, consider this is one flower. At its base, the branches arises. Consider this is one flower. At its base, the flowers arises. So this is how the flowers arrangement will be in the two type of inflorescence known as racemose, and one more is cymose type of inflorescence. So with this, we will move on to the description of flower. The flower has two whorls. One is accessory whorl and essential whorl. So, how to imagine which is accessory and which is essential whorl? To make it clear, let me draw the diagram which show a complete structure of a flower. Just observe how I am drawing so that you too can draw. So, somewhat you can imagine the structure of flower now. The structure consists of the organs like the structure of LSR flower. So, in this LSR flower, it has a receptacle, a swollen base. That swollen base is known as thalamus. And this is the peduncle. And at the base of, consider this is the peduncle, and here the shoot is present. Alright, so this is the stem or shoot, and one more leaf usually used to present in some of the flowers. So this leaf, reduced leaf is known as brand. And here there will be an whorl of sepals known as calyx, and that calyx will be green in color, and the sepal petal whorl are also present. That petal whorl is known as corolla. So this is corolla. Alright, so understand this. This is the peduncle. Usually you hold the flower by using the peduncle. Right. Onto that, if you observe, you'll find a swollen base will be present. A swollen base, a receptacle, or it is also known as thalamus. Okay. Onto the thalamus, it has four whorls. Four whorls in sense. So, calyx and corolla are known as accessory whorls. Calyx and corolla. What do you mean by calyx? If you take the flower, you'll find green color 5 petals will be present. No, so those green color 5 petals, usually it will be 5 in number. If it is not 5, if it is 3, then chances are there 3, 4, 5 petals, presence of 3, 4 or 5 calyx also possible. It will be present in some flower. Okay, so this is the whorl of calyx, and because due to I have taken the longitudinal section of flower, you cannot see the 5 sepals. Whorl of sepal, 5 whorl of sepals altogether, it is known as calyx. 5 whorls of petals altogether, it is known as corolla or petal. Okay, and this is the receptacle. And now coming to the reproductive whorl or essential whorl. The essential whorls are 2 in number. One is, so just observe this structure from here to here. This structure is known as gynoecium, and this structure, the right coming from here, no, it will be present on the leaf as a petal. From here to here I have drawn one structure, no. So this will be known as the androecium. So this is the androecium and one gynoecium. Androecium may be 5 to 10 number, 5 to 10 maybe it is present, up to 10 androecium, but gynoecium maybe these gynoeciums also vary from one flower to other flower. Most of the flower consists of one gynoecium. Okay, so this is all about the, still I have not described you the parts of androecium and gynoecium. Only I have introduced you the structure of flower. Okay. So, if the flower consists of both gynoecium and androecium, let me tell you, the androecium produces male gametes. The male gametes are considered as pollen grains, and the female gynoecium, this gynoecium produces female gamete. Female gamete, or it will be having an ovary. So here this is the part of the ovary, and so here this is the androecium. No, at the tip of the androecium it bears, it produces pollen grains. Okay, so this is the structure of the flower. If the flower consists of both male and female gamete, those type of flowers are known as bisexual flower. Bisexual flower. If the flower consists of only androecium, in some flowers chances are there, it is known as, for example, papaya plant, you will find only one reproductive organ, one essential whorl in the flower, maybe only gynoecium or androecium. So if the gynoecium is present in one flower or androecium is present in the flower, those type of flowers are known as unisexual flower. Unisexual flower. Here both male and female gametes will be present. Here both male and female essential whorls will be present. If you can see the diagram, so this is the structure of hibiscus flower. In the hibiscus flower you will find both the gynoecium and androecium. But in some flowers like the papaya and the coconut also, So in those type banana, in those type of plant, they bear only male or female flowers. And also cycas. Cycas is one example for unisexual flower, okay, or unisexual plant. So if a flower is bearing only male gamete, those type of flowers are known as staminate flowers. If the flower bear only female gametes, those type of flowers are known as pistillate. So this is how it has gone. It has differentiated. Okay, so pistillate and staminate. Staminate is known as, or staminate is the word given to the male flowers. Male flowers means one those flowers which has only male reproductive organ. The female flower or pistillate flower is given to the name to the flower which bear only gynoecium or female reproductive organ. You can see this flower, or just imagine the hibiscus flower. The hibiscus flower has the symmetry. Like if you take the axis, central axis, or from any part of the flower, if you cut that flower, you will get two equal halves. Unlike in the kingdom Animalia, animal kingdom, we saw the bilateral symmetry and radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means what? Radial symmetry means any plane can cut the animal into two equal halves. That is known as radial symmetry. But the bilateral symmetry means what? Particularly one plane can cut the animal and make it into two equal halves. So that type of symmetry is known as bilateral symmetry. And one more symmetry was there in the kingdom animal, that is asymmetry. Asymmetry means none of the central axis or none of the axis can cut the animal into two equal halves. So that type of symmetry is considered as those three types of symmetries are known as the body plane and all. But in the same thing, we are going to study those type of symmetry in flowers also, but we are not giving the word like radial symmetry or bilateral symmetry. We are giving some other name here, that is, if consider this is a flower, hibiscus flower. Hibiscus flower will be having such a manner, like if we take the axis from any part of the flower, we will get two equal halves. So that's that type of symmetry or that type of organization is known as actinomorphic. Actinomorphic, which resembles to the word known as radial symmetry. One more is there, zygomorphic. Zygomorphic is a word given to explain the bilateral symmetry. Okay, so these two words given to explain the symmetry of flowers. So, what is this? One more is there, asymmetry. Asymmetry. We'll give the examples for all these three body flower planes. Actinomorphic flowers, as you just now seen on the board, hibiscus, China rose, chili rose, and jasmine. So these are the jasmine So the jasmine to have the plane, the symmetry. Like if you take the central axis from any angle, you will get the two equal parts of that flower. As like and the actinomorphic, zygomorphic. The example for zygomorphic is Protolaria. So the Protolaria flower will be like, let me draw the Protolaria flower so that you will come to know. So here one large wing will be present and one small, and it will be like this. Now here we will be having the essential whorls. So these are the accessory whorls, and next to that it consists of the calyx and all. Okay, so the flower is in such a way, so that the flower should cut in particular one direction, so that we will get two equal halves. Particularly one plane can cut the flower into two equal halves. So that the flower name is Protolaria. Alright, so that type of plane is known as zygomorphic. One more symmetry is there. The name of the symmetry is asymmetry. Asymmetry flowers will be in the condition like we cannot cut the flower. We can cut the flower, but we cannot decide the direction, so that we can get two equal halves. The flower will be in irregular manner. The flower will not take part into two equal halves. Such a type of flowers are known as asymmetry flower. Example for this asymmetry is Canna. Okay, so this is all about the symmetry of flowers. Now, if the flower is this flower, consider can you count the number of petals in it? One petal, one more. Actually, this is known as a large petal, and two petals fuse together and form one petal. But in some cases, you will find only three petals in some flower, and in some four petals, and in some 5 petals, right? So if the petals are 3 in number, those type of flowers are known as trimerous flower, and if it is 4, it is known as tetramerous, and if it is 5, it is known as pentamerous. So if it is more than 5, we cannot judge that condition. So trimerous, tetramerous and pentamerous. At the base of the flower, consider this is the stalk of the flower, or peduncle, what I said before when I draw this diagram. No, I wrote peduncle, so also known as stalk. At the base of the flower, so this is the stem and the base of the flower. If a reduced leaf is present at the axis of the stem, so this is the stem and this is the stalk, and at this base, at this position, if the flower got one reduced leaf, if the leaf is present, reduced leaf is present at the base of the flower, that modification or that arrangement is known as bracts. Or if the flower having reduced leaf at the base known as bracteate flower. Bracteate, to which condition it is known as bracteate flower? If the reduced leaf, or if a bract is present at the base of the flower, is known as bracteate flower. If the bract is absent in those flower, those type of flowers are known as ebracteate flower. If the bract is absent, you can call that flower as ebracteate. If the bract is present, you can call that type of flower as bracteate flower. Bract means, don't consider the sign of maths. Bract means a reduced leaf. Okay. So just learn and make a keynote. Try to write one more time all these diagrams and technical descriptions of all these, and learn it, because these are some of for some of you this is the new chapter. I want you to complete all these concepts today itself, or day by day you have to learn all these concepts. Thank you.